Now, part 2 of my compendium. Now, Bicorn was one of my several go-tos for execution loops back when I tried it for the first time. I barely use the other personas, to be honest. I especially don't want to use this guy because he's got 3 freaking weaknesses that I really don't want getting hit with. Queen Mob I might have tried a few times, but I barely stick with her very long. She's got both fire and ice, and she's got forget as well. But honestly, I don't really use her that much. Now, I made Jack-o'-lantern and Jack Frost 50 for the purpose of making King Frost and Black Frost. Oh, Pixie, she's been with me the longest because of her square, square, triangle, triangle is a free Dia, a 3 cast of Dia. Very, very, very handy persona. But she's a lot harder to use in the second jail because there's plenty of there's some nasty enemy shadows like slime that casts curse damage, which is very bad. So far you don't need to worry about gun damage too much because not many enemies use gun attacks, I think. Jack Frost, honestly he's cute and I somewhat used him, but then I discovered someone that's a little better, which I'll go back to. Where is she? This one! Amino Uzume is just unbelievably good against fire persona because she naturally drains fire, which is a rare thing to see among ice affinity personas. Her only weakness though is just psychic damage, which isn't too much to worry about. And that is until you get to the 3rd jail. That's when there's some psychic personas that are gonna be out to get you. I swear though, Amino Uzume is really, really good. I also stuck a bit with Mothman because he has no elemental weaknesses. Nothing. And I couldn't level him up enough, but it's unbelievable that in as early as the 3rd jail you can get Megiddo. Essentially your first ever almighty skill aside from life drain. Really, really handy. Again, he's only weak to gun, but it's not too much of a worry. Now Pisaka, I tried it for a bit, but I didn't stuck too long, but then later on I upgraded him so that way he's becoming more useful. Let's continue on with builds. Arahabaki I never use because it's got 3 weaknesses. I really don't like too many weaknesses. Oh, Okuninushi I use as well. Really, really strong. For Psychic Persona, he's also built to be a great physical skill user, which I like using as well. It's also naturally got Mataru Kaja. Very nice way to increase the offense. I don't remember using Naga too much, but he's okay. Hekatokaris I used the living heck out of us when I got Sarasvati. Because his physical skills hit like a truck, I think. Kuruma Tengu, I'm not sure if I used him at all. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I did. Archangel, I think I used him as my first Blessed persona, but not too long. I think I replaced him with Principality once I got her. And yes, this is a bit of a silly build. My intention for this build was to be a damage wall for all elements. My only weaknesses would be physical damage. Honestly, there are other personas that are better for this kind of build, which is a damage wall. Archangel just isn't one of them. Just look for the ones that are instead, at least that are the ones that are at least nullifying gun attacks. Now that's when it's good. Siddhartha I think I used. He's no, I don't think I used him. I think I stuck with Orthrus for a bit until I think I later on got Siddhartha. Now Principality I used him replacing Archangel, an added bonus because because this persona heals as well. Unicorn I also used a lot because he heals, and of course it's got good nuclear damage. It's also really handy. Resistant to psychic damage too, which is also unusual for most nuclear affinity personas. Fornius I think I've used for a bit, but not too long. He does learn one of the best psychic spells, which is Psychoblast, I think. Psychoblast. Oh, I also use Kikurihime a lot as well later in the game because of the sleep build. Her square square triangle triangle combo is Mediarama, a really good one. It'll stack with Divine Grace as well. Also, another one of my go-to personas for Concentrate as well. And her square 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 triangle is Marakukaja. Really good burst of defense boost there. Bugs, I don't know if I used it all. I don't know. I don't think I used them too much. Kahulin I never used before. I only used it for a bit before this stream. Okay, just not as good as what I want. Fortuna I used a lot before I had Norn. Fortuna's really, really good. I think she learned. Yeah, I think she naturally learns Vacuum Wave, one of the best wind spells. King Frost, I only ever used him as a material persona for Black Frost, so sorry. Lilim, I'm not sure if I used her at all. Shisa, I also barely used because look how many fucking weaknesses he has. Nope. Rajanaga. Did I use Rajanaga? I think I did. I'm not sure. Mott I used to use before until I discovered that his persona combos are garbage. So I stuck with Trumpeter instead of Mott because of the square square triangle is easier to access than this guy's only means to get a nuclear attack in the persona combo. It takes way too long, so I didn't bother with him anymore. Mithras I avoided completely. Look at that. Not only does he have the typical weakness of a nuclear persona being psychic, he's also got fucking weaknesses to electricity and wind. No thanks, dude. How are you vulnerable to so many elements? I'm not even bothering you. Yagataras. Now I remember. I used Yatagarasu a lot more as soon as I got him. Yeah, now I remember. I got Yatagarasu as one of my go-to electricity personas back then. Abaddon, before I didn't use a lot. It's only recently that I started using him because he's really good, especially the way I built him. Also, I did put Spellmaster, and then the last one being Defense Master. And honestly, I feel like I should replace Defense Master for something else. Maybe immunity to elements, maybe? No, maybe immunity to forget? That's what I want. Agnayastra, this ain't an Hasotobi, but it's still really good. Almost as good as Sword Dance, which I also love using. Brainbuster I only put in there just for kicks. Now, Abaddon, I really used him alongside Seth to boost everyone up with Matarukacha and Marakukacha. Okay, I already told you about Seth. Nebulos I used to use as my go-to persona, and then later on I just scrapped them all together so that I can make Arsene my dedicated curse persona. My permanent curse persona, by the way. Siegfried I used to use, I think, a tiny bit. But later on, once I got Yoshitsune, I replaced him. But now I think I used it more because I gave him Sword Dance and God's Hand. And then I switched to using God's Hand. I actually had Heat Riser in there, but I already have way too many personas that have Heat Risers, so I might as well add God's Hand and Sword Dance in there. Again, he's weak to... Again, weaknesses, sometimes I get very anxious. So I gave him No Win and No Nuke, which he is weak against. And... as I told you again, Arsene is my go-to curse persona. And there you go. That's everyone on my compendium. let's go.
May luck be on your side.
Alright, let's go.
Airsoft shops closed. Can clinics shut down for summer vacation? Where are we gonna get our weapons and medicine now? Talk about shitty timing.
This is not good. We can't just return to the metaverse defenseless. Guess we gotta find some other stores. That seems like it'll take quite some time. What's up? Have a problem? Perhaps I can help. If you would like, I'm happy to lend a hand. Oh yeah, check this out, Sophia. We need supplies to take with us into the jail.
Unfortunately, our usual suppliers are closed. This will assuredly impact our successes in the metaverse.
Do you know if there are any suitable stores nearby? Why not just order supplies online? We could do that, but the delay between ordering and actually getting the stuff is way too. Also, we were able to get much more effective medicines from our clinic than we could find online. No problem. The net has it all. Ryuji, is there something you want?
Huh? What do I want?
Right. Request anything you want.
Okay. A gold bar.
Really? Don't be ridiculous.
Come on, it's just a joke. Nothing else popped into my head when she asked, so...
Okay, I've got it. Please wait.
Got one. Hello? Expedited delivery.
Haha. Yeah, I was.
Did you really order a gold bar?
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, huh?
Well, someone should.
Gee, this is your doing. Open it.
What? Me?
Yeah, the first option I picked is this one, so I might as well try it again. Is this even legal? Yeah, I was like asking too, like, is this legal at all?
Of course. Wait, it is, right? Shit, this is probably just gonna be fake or some toy.
Is that real?
I was giggling like crazy with this reaction.
Yes, my eyes can't be fooled. There's no doubt. That's real gold.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. No way is that real. Wow. Now I can open my cafe early. It's like a dream.
Oh, Haru.
That needs to go to the police. Right away. Oh, wait. They even believe it showed up like this? Is this a crime? It's okay, everybody. All right. Did that solve your problem?
That was fast.
I found an online vendor with expedited delivery. Time is no longer a concern. But a whole gold bar? Where'd you find that? Dark web? Correct, Futaba. It's fine. I broke no laws. The transaction was made with cryptocurrency. I will send you an invoice for reimbursement. We have to reimburse you? So, how much did this cost again? At least a few million.
When I heard Patala say that, I was like, my wallet! I'm gonna be in debt beyond death. Like, dude, I don't even have that much money to begin with when I first went through this. Like, are you kidding me, Ryuji?
See that?
Sorry? I didn't get that.
Send the everything back!
Oh my goodness.
Hello? Expedited pickup. Thank you for choosing the services.
I'm like, dude, no. I'm like, I like to the guy, no, dude, thank you for saving my ass. Without when I keep this, I'm gonna be in debt forever. Like, even if I die, My debt will still not be repaid.
I'm relieved they took it back, but that definitely gave us some gray hairs.
It gave you gray hairs. I nearly had a heart attack.
Jeez, thanks a lot for ordering that, Ryuji.
Oh, come on! Who would have thought a gold bar would actually show up?
I've heard of one's mouth writing checks that cannot be cashed. This is an entirely new level.
Doesn't the service itself seem pretty awesome, though? That speed, it'll be perfect for anything we need. Let's ask Sophia to find some useful stuff for us. Shall I do that?
Keep the goods coming.
Okay. I'll make sure to use expedited delivery. Sophia's shop is officially open. Well, that was a ride. But I guess it turned out okay for us? Yeah, our supply situation's definitely fine now. We don't know what we'll be up against in the jail. Let's prepare as well as we can. This should be easy to see. Now's your chance to show us.
I already bought almost everything here at the maximum possible value. Took me forever to buy these. You have no idea. I had to like farm for money like so many times in a new game plus. Not on hard mode. Like, gosh, it took me forever to max. Shut up, Sophia. It took me forever to max everyone's stats up. My goodness. Let me save. I'll do a little bit of gameplay and then I'll end the stream. Or end the video. Oh, let me arrange the team first. Oh.
Yo!
Haru. Circle Brooch. Yeah, in case you don't have the omnipotent orb, the next best thing is to get it from Dire Shadows. These brooches. Match it with the Phantom Thief that is weak to that element, and it'll go the extra mile for you. It's the next best thing as under the omnipotent orb. Let me put it on and where's the omnipotent orb? There we go. I gotta check my equipment. I get so paranoid if I don't get my equipment in order. Okay, Morgana and let's see.
I should write something. Let's do it.
Let's begin the operation.
Our first goal would be the treasure, yes?
I'm sensing some treasure. That way. Towards 705. That's where you were taken when they captured you, right?
Just thinking about it pisses me off. Piece of shit, so full of himself.
So, Alice is there now, huh? You know, it does sort of look like a castle.
Castle built by a mob. I admit, it's rather
So, we're heading to the castle? Yeah, that sounds good. This jail is crawling with shadows. Watch your backs out. Okay, I'll watch your backs out there. Sophie's inaugural heist is a phantom thief. This'll be great. We don't know the opposition will face. Be sure to switch out team members when necessary.
good point. We're at your beck and call.
I'll just add this.
What I'm really after here is the Dire Shadow.
Be careful. They've got serious numbers. Don't you remember what to do in times
Hexagon is a pretty cool song too. Oh, I only noticed the train just now. Roll call. Yeah, you see why Alice is god tier for clearing for crowd control? She can insta-kill a lot of things.
That ambush was a real success.
Indeed. Quite some time since we fought last. My body is still ready for more.
They'll go a lot smoother whenever we ambush them like that, too. On the other hand, if we're spotted, they'll have the upper hand against us. Keep sharp. I guess now we just push forward and see what we see. Navigator at the ready. Please don't get in our way. Go, go, go!
Mass destruction for Persona 3. Beats bumping. Some mass destruction.
Quite admirable, you're true.
Oh, turning this way. Whoops. Oh, Persona 4 Golden.
Used to this.
Not for long. Yeah, if you want to like close the distance like almost instantly, marking shot. Oops! I was anyway, this is how. Boom. Close the distance. Boom. Marking shot is really good at closing the distance. In case you need to get some distance to this. In case you need some distance to get away. Then if you time it right, just bam, follow up, and then yeah. I like gap closers like that.
I call that an easy win. Let's move on.
Show me your true self.
Oops. Hey ha.
Hang on there.
I think I'll just skip it out since I already played this part multiple times already. Time to speed it up a notch.
The jail looks like.
Ah, if only there's a skip button, dang it.
It's like treasure chests to me. Wanna open the chest and see what's next? Score! Now let's get some. Marble City. Wait, sit.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Watch how they open the treasure chests.
What's in it? The RNG gods smile upon us. You're up.
I'll do it.
Yeah, even on Merciless, the loot in the smaller treasure chests are still the same. So it's kinda not worth it sometimes.
Finish him off.
That was too easy.
See?
Okay, let's keep it moving.
Kinda need
Nothing on my radar.
null
Looks
forgets.
like we're safe for now.
Cause that one is probably the nastiest condition ever.
Give it a 5 out of 10.
Silkies.
That takes care of that. Let's get going. Stop! Oh, a shadow!
Gotta say, I love the whole Wonderland theme into this jail. The track is also real badass too.
Reading the map makes
Watch this. Watch this. Up. Come on.